Now, for more on the political impact of today's speaker vote, let's bring in former California State Senate Majority Leader, Democrat Gloria Romero, Independent Women's Law Center Director May Mailman, along with former LA GOP Vice Chair, Daily Wire actor Siaka Massaquoi. Thank you all for coming on. Siaka, to you first, kind of picking up where the congressman left off there, if you would. Congressman Ralph Norman initially voted against Speaker Mike Johnson, and then he changed his vote and he said this. Watch.
We had met with Speaker Johnson yesterday for an extended period of time, and I just didn't come away with the feeling that the oomph or the willingness to fight for Trump's agenda was there. The only way I had to let my voice be heard was what I did. I would do it again.
I mean, if you look at the from within to without or the other way, Siaka, it looks like the president-elect is kind of gaining control of this body.
Yeah, you know, I'd love to see it. First of all, Happy New Year, Trace. Great to see you.
You as well.
What we're seeing right now is President Trump being the leader that the left and the left media has been trying to water down with the whole President Elon Musk and whatnot. President Trump is the one that's controlling this party. MAGA is moving forward nice and strong, and everyone is getting on board because this isn't about like little pity-pat fights in the House anymore. This is about an agenda for the American people. We got to close the border. We have to get our economy back on track, and we have to make it safe for Americans to grow and flourish again. And everyone knows that's coming with MAGA. We can't sit back anymore and play these political games, and I'm happy to see people get in line.
Yeah, I think that's a fair assessment, too. Gloria, to you now, because you've kind of been involved in this back and forth in these battles. The Wall Street Journal writes about this, whether things can get done. It says, quoting a squeaker for the House Speaker, goes on to say, Democrats under Nancy Pelosi had only a 4-vote majority in the 117th Congress, but they managed to pass record levels of spending in much of the Green New Deal. Republicans should be able to show comparable discipline on their highest priorities, but they haven't so far in this MAGA era. Will there be progress, do you believe, in D.C. with the Republicans' slim majority now?
I think there will be, there must be. I think, too, what we saw today was what often happens, but today was a governance vote. It wasn't a policy vote. Donald Trump undoubtedly got on the phone, sort of the equivalent of a twisting of an arm, get in line. Basically, a few days after a massive terrorist attack on this country, this was not a time for showtime and playing games. It was the right thing to do, and it's really a bit abominable that these three said we're going to have showtime at this time in America. Meantime, it's time to move on.
Yeah, meantime, the other breaking news, May Mailman, Trey Gowdy said this about Judge Merchan setting Trump's sentencing date for January 10th. Listen to him.
I think one of the reasons he was elected is people are tired of the Alvin Brads of the world. You have people being set on fire in New York, and you're going to tell your prosecutors to go pursue a bookkeeping error? It's going to be a political issue in the midterms.
I mean, he's right, May, but it just seems like they are bound and determined to be able to say he's a convicted felon.
It's almost unbelievable. People had sort of moved on. They had forgotten. They were excited for the new year and for the new president. And here's Juan Merchan trying to make himself the story again. People don't even what is this vendetta that he has against President Trump? And not only that, it is, in my opinion, unconstitutional. You cannot have judges, state judges or federal judges, interfering with the job of the president. And that is what's happening here. Dragging the president into a sentencing is they're interfering with the job of the president-elect, who needs to staff up an entire government right now. He has a job to do, a presidential job to do, and there is a judge getting in the way of that.
And a lot of people have agreed with that. Meantime, Kamala Harris and Bernie Sanders at the swear-in. Watch this.
Stand right there. That is not your nature to just stand where you're told to stand. Give it a try. Okay, raise your right hand.
I got to run through these quickly, Siaka, but it's awkward, very awkward.
You know, to be honest with you, it's fun to watch them fall apart. And I think all they do have now is people like Judge Merchan to give them just a little bit of a win, something to give a win when at the end of the day, they all know like it's all falling apart. Things are going to come out with the new Trump administration. And, you know, we're here for it. I'm excited.
Yeah, May, back to you very quickly. I want to know your thoughts on this January 19th rally Trump is planning at the Capital One Arena. Good idea, bad idea? What's your thought on that?
Well, I think that Americans are excited. They want to celebrate the inauguration. They want to celebrate the president. But we need to be able to trust the FBI. We need to be able to trust the city of D.C. to execute it. And that's actually my fear. And so I'm mostly excited for January 20th and beyond, when I know the border will be secure, when I know that the staff at the FBI will be focused on protecting the American people rather than inventing boogeymen.
Yeah, Gloria, now Gavin Newsom in California wants to make healthy food. He wants to get rid of all the unhealthy food right before RFK. I've got about 15 seconds for you.
Exactly. And where has he been the last several years? He's been in elected office, but he's getting ready for 2028. Delusions on parade.
Gloria, thank you. May Mailman, thank you. Siaka, Massaquoi, Happy New Year to all of you, and thank you.